I just finished making a new tree topper for my tree this year since I changed the color theme, and get this. This was made with 1 yard of Jennifer Sampow's Sky Ombre Fabric. The color is called Pansy, and it's a beautiful gradient, as you can see, of like a periwinkle dark blue into like a hot pink purple situation. And guess what? It matches my nails! I don't have a cut of this one to show you, but I do have 4 new ones that I have in my shop. Up here, this one is pomegranate, this one is amethyst, this one is appropriately named grass, and then this one is flame. My plan is to eventually get all of the colors in this collection in my shop, but for now I have enough to get you going if you wanted to check it out. This video is going to focus on how I turned 1 yard of that amazing ombre fabric into this Advent Star tree topper. That is going to look beautiful on the top of my tree. So let's party and make this. So we need a total of 18 strips. And this has 20 strips. So I'm just gonna pull the 2 from the center, push these, and then we're gonna need 2 sets of 9 pair. Each one of these strips will create a 16-inch strip times 2 with some extra. And so I'm just going to alternate, go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, as I pick. And that's going to be what I choose for each half of this tree topper. Now to turn these into these, the first step is that I folded and pressed this 3 times. First, I pressed it this way, right in the center. And then I folded one side over, pressed this, folded another side over, pressed this towards the center, then one final time, and it's ready to head over to the sewing machine where I'm going to edge stitch along both sides. I'm going to stitch along right here where the double fold is first, using a 2.8 millimeter stitch length, and I'm going to stitch this entire length. Now I will do this single fold side so it's matchy-matchy. And to help keep track of these, I am using these awesome pins just so I know where it is in the gradient. This is the 8th one more to do in this set. Next up is to trim these with the fabric strips into 9 sets of 2 16-inch strips per width of fabric set. So you're going to have 2 of these. And so you're essentially going to be doing 2 weaves now. I created some 3/4 inch grids. You'll need a total of 9 lines. I did 12 on here just to keep it symmetrical and cute. And I'm going to get started on the first weave. And for that, you'll just need 1 set of 18 strips. The first step is to pin these in order, and I'm just going to show you the order that I am going to do. I'm going to start with 9 in the center, and hopefully you can see I am placing the edge right on that line, a 1/4 millimeter of space in between the strips. I'll just show you the placement. So I'm going 9, 8, 7, I'll pin it after. I'll show you the order up close. Ta-da, like that. That's going to be the order all 4 times that I do this order. And next we are going to get into the weaving. I have pinned them all at an angle. Once again, I'm going to start with 9 in the center, and it's just going to be over under a standard basket weave. I'm going to make sure it is the same distance. So it's roughly 4 3/4 that extend beyond where the grid is. I will pin this one right here in place, pin this here too, pulling it slightly taut, not super taut though. And since I want this to last forever, I'm going to use Fabric Fuse, which is a permanent fabric glue on each of these intersections just to keep them in place. Now the next one, I'm going to go opposite. So this one, it went over first. Now I'm going to go under, over. I'm going to do this to all of them, going in the order 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here are the two finished base weaves. Oh, it's already so beautiful, just as the weave. And now it's time to create the cannolis on the corner, which is me wrapping these and weaving these. So there's still some weaving, but there's also some curves. So I'll do one corner for you now. So now it's time to create the cannolis, which is what I call these little sections of the tree topper. And it's weaving these into a 4x4 essentially to create this curved piece. So I'm going to start with one corner. Need my fabric fuse, need some clips, and need some pins. It's going to start by curving like so. I'm going to put that on top. Some fabric fuse just so you can see how much I'm using here. And then affix that. Just to line it up. And clip. Now this one, once again, curve it over, and this one's going to go under. This one went over, so this one's going to go under. Fabric fuse right here. I'm going to leave a little bit of a space. Trying to mimic that, maybe a little bit smaller, and clip this one in place. Now this one is where the weaving begins. So you can see, bending it over, and this one is going to go under. Since this one was over, it's going to go under and then over. And then I am going to glue it right there. And clip. And then this one does need glue. Each one of these intersections is going to get some glue. But this one doesn't get a clip because the clip would get in the way, so I'm going to pin it to where it keeps that down like that. So now going from here, once again, curving it over. And see how this one goes over? So this one is going to go under, over, and then glue. I'm just going to weave the rest of it. This final one is going to get a clip. Keep it in place. One cannoli done. Gonna let that dry and do the other three. Eventually it's going to be cannoli-tastic. Now it's time to let it dry. The glitter was a perfect touch, yeah? I have my two finished halves, 1/2, 2/2, and now all that's left is for them to kiss and then for me to attach each of these cannolis onto these center posts. And as you can see, I'm going to use hot. You could also use fabric fuse if you wanted to. I just want to be done with this. So you take these. Hello, how are you? I'm fine, how are you? And make them kiss. And then you'll insert each one of these inside of its respective cannoli. And I don't want the hot glue to ooze out of these holes, so I'm going to go like this. Dot there, dot there, dot there, dot there. Each one, see? And I'm going to do the same thing to each of the cannoli pairings. Now that all of those are done, all I have to love to do is to cut these to a point. See? And then I bought some fabric spray paint. It's like a silver glitter to see if I wanted to do it. I had this left over, so I'm just gonna test it to see how it looks. Oh yeah, it absolutely needs that. Then, okay, now I have to let this dry and then I'll put it on my tree and I'm done. I do have a video on how to make a smaller one in ornament size if you wanted to go that route, but there's definitely enough time to make a new tree topper. What a gorgeous gift too, right? So for those of y'all who are always curious about what to do with ombre fabric, the answer is anything, including this amazing Advent Star tree topper. Until next time, happy sewing.